In April Fools of 2017, Reddit did this experiment where there was a blank canvas. Anyone can alter the color of the pixels on this canvas, but each person can only alter one pixel every 5 minutes. Individually, you couldn't do much, but together, you could create something more. This is what it looked like after the 4-day experiment. Now, 5 years later, Reddit decided to do this experiment again, but the canvas ended up being 4 times bigger than it was in 2017. Here's my reaction to r/place. So it is currently April 7th, which means place ended a couple days ago. Reddit decided to release the entire timeline of this thing, and they also decided to release the final image before this canvas went back to white, as you can see. So we're gonna take a look at the final image first, and then we'll view the timeline at the end of this video. So if we go to this pinned comment or pinned post over here, we can open this, and this is what the canvas looks like at the end. And as you can see, it's a lot, it's overwhelming, but we're gonna zoom in and take a look at this thing one piece at a time. So we're gonna go to the top left first. Okay, so the first thing people usually notice is there's a lot of country flags here, which makes sense because I guess your nationality is the easiest thing to relate to. So putting your country flag down makes sense. But what's different about place in 2022 than 2017 is that a lot of countries decided to add a bunch of art on their flags, which is really cool. And oh, if you look at this Canadian flag over here, this has been memed to death because the maple leaf in this thing could not be done right for like the longest time. I'm glad it was done right in the end, but we're gonna take a look at the time lapse of this flag specifically later in the video, just because it was a mess. But I'm glad we got it right. And as you can see here, we got Lego. I love Lego. I'm glad it was here. I think it was also on the 2017 place, but I'm glad it's back. And the Italian flag over here with the pizza, that's awesome. But yeah, it's just cool to see what the internet can make when it comes together. It's awesome. So I'm approaching like the right side, top right of the canvas, which is basically the first expansion. So there's not as many country flags here, just because most of them were like on the top right. But this is where a lot of actual like internet culture is. So as you can see, we have the Moon Lord from Terraria here. Let's go. I love Terraria. I'm glad it got a place in the canvas here. Oh, we got Kirby. Look at that. That's so awesome. That's a really well done portion or like piece here. And what's cool about place is that there's so many small little details that every time you look at it, you'll find something new without a doubt. So one thing I've noticed was this little green path here. So if you follow my little cursor thing, you can follow the path of this green line, and you can see it crosses this bridge. It goes under the flag. This is a great little detail here. And it goes across the Golden Gate Bridge, keeps on going down, and yeah, it goes around this, and it ends up in this little GameStop art, which is pretty cool. Anyway, let's take a look at the bottom of the canvas. This is where the final expansion happened. And you know, the first thing you notice when you see the bottom is the big French flag over here. If you're wondering what this purple logo or this purple thing is, it's the BTS logo. I think at the end the BTS army invaded this flag, which is funny to see. I like seeing like communities like banter with each other. It makes this way more interesting. Oh my god, I didn't even realize, but there's another little Terraria art here right beside the Crab Rave. That's awesome. And oh my god, look at these two art pieces. This is so impressive. This is awesome. And if we scroll to the bottom right, we can see the blue corner here. This is actually kind of funny because they had to relocate a couple of times because every time the canvas expanded, the bottom right corner like changed. So they had to move after the first and second expansion. But yeah, anyway, I could take a look at this canvas for hours. This video would go on for like way too long if I looked at every single little detail from this canvas. So I think I'm gonna move on now and look at the timeline of the canvas. I think I just have to refresh this page. So we are at the beginning of the canvas. Let's scroll a little bit to see what pops up first. And as you can see, a bunch of flags pop up first, and the Osu logo also popped up. But yeah, this canvas filled up really fast. Like a bunch of art was built like right away. So I could see why they expanded it a couple of times. But yeah, it's just so crazy to see. And you can see like the void pops up here and there. And yeah, by like this time, like the canvas was pretty established. A couple things did change. So we are approaching the first expansion. If we just scroll a little further, there it is. Okay, so let's go back a little bit and let's like make some room. The left side of the canvas also changed throughout this, but I'm gonna focus more on the right side just because that's where everything pops up. As you can see, an LMAO popped up pretty fast. And okay, like look at this. Look at this cursed art piece. Yeah, and oh look, the Moon Lord. This is where Terraria comes in. Oh yeah, and also look at this Among Us over here. What's funny is that a lot of people incorporated tiny like Among I think that's a plural of Among Us. Anyway, a lot of people incorporated Among I into their art. So if you like zoom in, for example, if you look at the Moon Lord, like go on the canvas right now, look at the Moon Lord. There's gonna be like tiny little Among Us. It's very subtle, but it's a funny little Easter egg that differentiates the internet culture between 2017 and now, since Among Us didn't exist in 2017. It's pretty cool to see. Anyway, let's keep on scrolling. Yeah, there's a bunch of little details here. As you can see, XQC came in and invaded the bottom right corner for a little bit. And oh wow, look at all that purple. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm just so mesmerized by this. Sorry. I'm not talking for like periods of time just because I'm just indulging all of this. And I think the final expansion is going to happen pretty soon. Where is it? Come on, there we go. So, yeah, as you can see, enough popped up right away. And, oh, yeah, France flag just showed up immediately. Basically, came out of nowhere. And yeah, oh, look at this Mr. Incredible art. He becomes very uncanny here. And is that Roblox? I didn't even realize this. And yeah, there's a little art here that said ratio. I think that was to counteract the humongous French flag over here. But yeah, it is so interesting to see. Like, wow. And then at the end, Reddit decided that you can only place white pixels. So the canvas would end the way it started. Just blank white, which is honestly kind of poetic. And there we go. One thing I did say I was gonna show the evolution of the Canadian flag, so let's do that. So that's the Canadian flag over here. If we keep on scrolling, we can see it just could not be done right. Look at that maple leaf. It's just it's just a constant mess. Oh, it was pretty good over here, around here, and then it just continued getting messed up. Sorry if you can hear my laptop right now. The fans are spinning really loud. But anyway, it briefly became bananas. That's awesome. But yeah, I'm so glad they showed us the entire timeline, just because there's so many subtle changes and details that you couldn't see on the final art piece. And then boom, a second Canadian flag popped up. And yeah, it was just, oh, the banana briefly popped up again. Pickle Rick. And then at the end, we got it right. So that's awesome to see. Anyway, that was r/place. I should probably end this video really soon. My laptop's about to explode. But this was such a fun 4 days. Like, this little experiment Reddit did. I'm glad they did it again. But yeah, what's cool about this is that we could see how internet culture has evolved over the past 5 years. Like, you can see a bunch of things did change, but also a bunch of things did stay the same. Like, for example, the Among Us. it popped up everywhere. It didn't exist back in 2017, so there wasn't a bunch of Among Us. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye!